the State House now, with just over a month left in this year's legislative session, lawmakers are now trying to reach the finish line, and it's all for a bill reforming the state's drunk driving laws.
Now, this bill aims to get more prosecutions for DUI to stick and keep repeat offenders off the streets. But opponents are pushing back. News 19's Josie Frost joining us right now from the State House to explain why.
The bill is a top priority for Senate leaders, and it passed in the Senate earlier this year. But we're over halfway through the legislative session, and it's still several steps away from the governor's desk.
It won't stop everybody from driving drunk, but it does have a profound impact.
South Carolina has some of the highest rates for drunk driving in the country, according to a 2024 report from Mothers Against Drunk Driving. On Wednesday, a House committee heard from victims' families, prosecutors, and defense lawyers on a bill that would overhaul the state's drunk driving laws.
If people see their neighbor held accountable to meaningful consequences, that has a deterrent effect.
The bill has several parts. It would remove hurdles that can often get a DUI case dismissed. It adds new penalties for when someone harms someone else while drunk driving, and it raises consequences for refusing breathalyzer or blood draw tests. It's all meant to help keep drunk drivers off the road and save lives. But would that be the effect? Opponents argue raising penalties doesn't prevent the crime.
I want you to tell me what we can do to stop them on the front end instead of waiting until we catch them or they kill somebody and then punish them.
The latest piece that lawmakers can't agree on: when a drunk driver injures or kills someone, should it be classified as a violent crime? That could affect guidelines for parole eligibility and whether they can participate in certain programs. Families of DUI victims say the impact is violent and life-changing. Lisa Hapberg says her daughter Shalisa Mills was killed by a drunk driver going over 100 miles an hour.
He hit her with such force that in a Volvo station wagon, which are boats, a big old Volvo station wagon, it broke the seat, left the seat belt fastened, and threw her into a ball in the back seat. I'm sorry, that's violent.
But families of people convicted of DUI say there's no intent of hurting someone when they drive drunk, and it shouldn't make them a violent offender. Tammy Ackis's son killed someone in a drunk driving accident.
It was not an intentional accident. He did not get in his car that day to drive home, intentionally plan on having this accident.
The subcommittee did not advance the bill. Lawmakers are still working through some changes and amendments before they move forward. But the bill also needs approval from the full committee before it can head to the House floor. Reporting at the State House, Josie Frost, News 19, WLTX.
Now, if the House does pass this bill, it would then have to go back to the Senate.
It would need to be approved by both chambers before May 14th, or the bill would be dead for the year.